welcome to the Firepower Podcast, a show where friends chat about firepower, a comic book series by Robert Kirkman, Chris Samnee, Matt Wilson, and Russ Wooten. I am your host, Charlie, and today I'm joined by my friend and my co-host.
Hey, it's Ali, everybody. Excited to go on the Firepower Pod again. It's always cool to talk about these guys, and we're so close to catching up with the series. We're going to try to catch up as soon as we can so we could do it kind of month to month as it comes out now.
Yeah.
But, I'm doing well. Just living the dream over here. How about you, Charlie?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm doing good as well. Actually got back from my second viewing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles today, so
nice.
Some other more ninja action there before getting into this. But yeah, and then also I reread Firepower 25. I know we were talking behind the scenes. You read that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just can't wait to get up to catch up to that and chat with it. But yeah, kind of right at this point, the series is definitely where it picked off. We didn't have you last episode, but that was the big reveal of the dragon, obviously. And yeah, I can't wait to get your thoughts about that. But yeah, I'm doing well and can't wait to get into this issue.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Bash couldn't join us today. But he will be joining us in our next episodes for sure. And I just wanted to ask you, since you've seen it twice, I'm assuming you liked the movie, the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, no, it was great. I was looking forward to it. But it's one of those movies. It's just like it's got a nice runtime, but like it fills that whole runtime. But it's just so digestible. It's a nice, easy movie to go to. I saw Oppenheimer twice. Was like a little bit of a struggle because that's like 6 hours of your day plus like waiting for the trailers and stuff. But yeah, Turtles. It was nice and short. Just love that soundtrack, and the animation was super cool. And yeah, have you seen it yet?
I have not. I'm going this weekend.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, getting into more ninjas. Want to do what happened last issue? We didn't have
absolutely. So this is issue 19, and just before I get into it, this was the first kind of long hiatus that we had because we were looking at the release dates, and I remember from when we were kind of reading it as it went on, we had to wait a long time. In hindsight, it wasn't that long, but it was still a pretty significant delay. So issue 18 came out in December 1st, and then we had nothing till April 6th. That's when issue 19 came out. And
that sucks. It's quite a cliffhanger, too, to wait on for that long. Like, hey, I think I started reading currently after this point in time, but yeah, no, that would be quite a blow.
Yeah, it felt long. Like, and in reality, it's like 3 months, but it felt like forever.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. So for previously on, with the Temple of the Flaming Fist overrun and under the Serpent's control, the Johnson family fought their way down the mountain, luckily freeing Wei Lun in the process. While hiding from the Serpent's omen, their escape was blocked when Master Shun released the dragon from the mountain, stunning everyone except for Doug. That is.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. It was a great reaction last issue too, and just first, like before we get into it, like what was your thoughts? Like obviously we saw it, like we were getting into this moment. Like, did you know for sure before last issue that like did seeing the dragon completely shock you, or like what was your initial kind of reaction to that whole fiasco of last issue?
I wouldn't say I was necessarily shocked. Because I forgot what issue it was. It was early on, maybe issue like 5 or 6, maybe 7. I don't remember. Early on, they when Owen jumped in the well to chase after not Master Shun, whatever the bald guy's name was. Anyways, you could see the scales literally in like a panel at the bottom. You could see scales on the floor. So I was like, okay, that's like a little hint. Like the dragon is for sure real. So I wasn't shocked, but I was definitely like excited. I think that's the word. I was anticipating it for so long. I was like, "There's no way Robert Kirkman is just dropping all these hints for no reason, right?" It was kind of like I'd rather it happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Yeah, and like they talk about this in the RC Coda. Like this reveal was 4 years in the making, I guess. So yeah, that's quite a long time. Like yeah, they were always back and forth. Like we thought it was real, and then we saw Owen go in the chamber, and the dragon wasn't there. And then they go back in there. We see the scales, like you said. So yeah, no, it's kind of just been flip flop, but it kind of like it made this moment really just feel like it's all worth kind of the wait. And yeah, this dragon looks freaking epic for sure.
Yeah, how about that double page spread? Amazing intro. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I know the last issue they had a bunch of double page spreads, and me and Bash were talking about this a little bit. They were actually thinking of doing an entire issue of double page spreads. So that would be awesome. And yeah, pages like this really make me just wish for that for sure. But yeah,
Samnee at work over here.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. But yeah, we see the dragon come out of the mountain, and just like I love all the moments this issue. We really get a lot of growth of between Haley and Doug, and just kind of showing kind of their reactions, like they've kind of been to the temple at this point. And it's just kind of showing like the opposite. Like Doug's really not very scared whatsoever. But yeah, it shows in this issue that Haley's kind of not reacting quite the same way as Doug. But yeah, no, I think it's great stuff.
I think it's understandable too either way. Because they're kids, like they're in shock right now. 100%. How the hell do you make sense of any of this?
Yeah, no.
Even Wayne Lund, you said he said something like I thought I was a fool for believing this. Yeah.
He wished he was wrong. Like yeah, he wished he was wrong that like it didn't exist. So yeah, everyone's definitely in shock right now. But yeah, I just love Doug's just amazement. He's just amazed he sees a dragon right now. He's not listening to anything that's going on. But yeah, no, it's just great for sure. And kind of the different coloring too, like in the mountain, just like a lot of blues and it's pretty dark. But yeah, no, it really looks great.
It's almost somber too because they're like facing this insurmountable task now.
Yeah.
But and then you flip the page and then we see this introduction of a new character looking like a samurai straight out of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
What did you think when you saw that guy?
Yeah, actually, funny you say that. Actually, I literally just started that game like 2 days ago. And yeah, it's been fantastic. But yeah, it really does. And yeah, right away you can tell that this is going to be some sort of badass character for sure. But I know, and I'm actually curious at asking you this because I remember like the first few issues. Obviously, we see this old figure here, and he kind of takes out a robber. We see he's definitely well trained in martial arts. So like it's really it's kind of insane to see, and just seeing this new character in here. And we'll talk about it later, but all these issue 19s that Kirkman did, I didn't even realize that, but him having these famous 19s introducing new characters and stuff is kind of neat. But yeah, no, he was a cool character getting into it, and I just really love this action piece. How'd you like his introduction?
The best part about it is that everyone in the background is kind of like looking over their shoulder and hiding from him. So that alone gives you like that feeling of this guy is a badass. This guy is not somebody to be messed around. You know? And that's when the guy the thief steals the fish, and he just throws his hilt at his face right away. So you know this guy knows what he's doing. He doesn't just look like a badass; he is actually a badass.
Yeah, for sure. And it's. Well, actually, I meant to ask you this earlier. But did you know originally, like, an inkling of who this was, like who this could be, or did you think he was just like someone random? Who did you think this was initially, kind of going in through?
I thought it was a random person when I first saw the cover. Actually, like before I even read the issue, when I first saw the cover, it's him on the cover, right?
Yes.
I thought there was going to be a time skip. Like I thought there was going to be like maybe like 6 months to a year time skip from when they left the temple to when the giant came out and like destroyed the world. I thought we were going to go through that whole time skip and go like into this almost apocalyptic world, but obviously none of that happened. So I just thought he was going to be a brand new character.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's super cool. I remember like I was reading the first few issues with him in this, and I was just thinking the same kind of thing. And I didn't really read the RC codas or anything back then, and it kind of reveals in that. But I remember Bash, I believe Bash was the first person who kind of like told me this was his name, like Shun, like at the very beginning, like in the first issue when he was fighting
Yes.
Wei Lun, like those were like the different masters that Owen trained with before he reached the temple.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's just super cool, and kind of learning. And they reveal in the RC Coda too that there's gonna be a couple of these masters that they're gonna be kind of going
Yes.
around. They named a few of them in that first issue. So yeah, it's kind of super cool, just kind of a full circle moment for that. And I totally like that just felt like so long ago at this point that
I know.
I totally forgot about it. But I just yeah, Kirkman. We know he's great at bringing stuff back around.
And for those of you who've been reading since the Prelude came out in 2020, that's 3 years, right? For that kind of payoff. So good on them. But
Yeah,
yeah, the guy's walking down the street. He stops the robber, right, and then we see the big dragon just destroy whatever city this is.
yeah, no,
Everybody's
that
just in
was
shock.
insane, insane. And also real quick before that, I love how his weapon, like he throws the sword at the dude, like, and then on the second page it shows he pulls the sword back, how like the
Yes.
sword is like tied on a string.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of the combat with this guy is absolutely insane. And yeah, he's so cool for sure.
I think this might be one of my favorite pages
Yeah.
in all of Firepower, just because like it
Yeah.
shows you the scale of of um of the destruction the dragon is doing, and it's also like narratively, it's a turning point, right? Because it stops being just a danger for Owen, his family, the people at the temple, or Scorched Earth, or whatever. It's a worldwide
Yeah.
event. There are people all over the world looking at their laptops, looking at their TVs, just facing the horror. It's almost like Avengers Endgame, right? Like Thanos came to Earth. He's about to do some shit right now.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's an insane page. I can't imagine like how long this would have took. Like it's just so detailed. We get a little cameo of peanut butter in there.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out. So yeah, I always love that, and I love just like we see Master Shun like in the market. And then like instantly the next time we see him, he's just in the middle of the action, like
Yeah.
in the middle of the chaos here, kind of directing people out for help, like just climbing on cars, like just going through all the wreckage, just yeah, really trying to help people to safety. And yeah, it was just yeah, just a lot of chaos going on in this page for sure.
Then we go back to the cave. We see Haley kind of sitting down in the fetal position, still in shock. And Owen's trying his best to help her out, to get her out of, get her moving. And I mean, I don't blame her. It's still a touching moment between father and daughter. I think any child is totally within their rights to act this way if they just witnessed what they did.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And I just love the kind of differences here between Haley and Doug. And obviously she's scared for a good reason, like you said. But I just love the way how she pushes through it here. But just like her explanation, like she's scared at this moment, but like it's kind of just been this whole time she's kind of been not excited but really just in awe and kind of just wondering like all this kind of stuff that her dad has been through. Like he's
Yeah.
been to this magical temple, he's like there's dragons, like he's trained with ninjas and stuff, and now that she's actually been there, like she says, and experienced that, like it's not maybe as cool as she expected. It's kind of just yeah, it can be pretty terrifying at times. But yeah, I love how she just powers through it and really gets out of it.
Part of it too is losing the stuff she didn't get to see, because she's saying, doing the journey up the mountain, she was so proud of her dad, and proud to be covering the same ground that he did. and she was talking about how she really wanted to see the temple where he trained, where he grew up, and now all that is gone. She'll never get to experience that as she wanted.
That's true. Yeah, I guess she never experienced it in the glory days. That's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just a great moment. Her just kind of gathering herself together here and just saying, okay, let's go. And just a great, like, he's great at these facial expressions always. But like, I love Owen's kind of his just proud face talking to Wei Lun here, as he's like, come on, let's get going. Like, we don't have time to spare.
Then as soon as they get out of the cave, boom. All the serpents, all the warriors. I think that's I forgot his name. Oh my god, the big guy with the club, and
I forget that guy's name too. Yeah, I forget
from the first few issues. Same one with the chain.
Yeah, I forget their names, but yeah, Shen Zul here. They're looking pretty menacing for sure. They definitely got a size advantage over Owen and his team here. But yeah, no, great fight scene here. I just love Owen, seeing him go in. Like, he's always most ferocious. Like, we've seen, he always goes off the most, and when his family's around, like, he's not wasting or risking anything. So yeah, he's really just trying to protect them here. And yeah, this just a lot of chaos going on, and the thing that I guess everyone's feared for the most ends up happening when he attacks Shen Zul here, and the snake jumps off him onto Owen. And yeah, what do you think of that? You never want to see the main character get turned like that.
I don't know. I loved it because I was like, if he gets taken over, who the hell's going to stop him, right? Like, he's the strongest fighter. He's the best hope they have. Unfortunately for me, I don't think it lasted long enough. I would have liked. I think this would have been a perfect cliffhanger. Just him standing over the two kids with the snake coming down his arm.
Damn.
I wish this was a little bit of a cliffhanger, and then the next issue was them trying to, figure out how to save him. But yeah, it didn't last that long. It was pretty cool. I would love to see it happen again and kind of see Owen, just go full scorched earth, pun intended. But yeah, that's when we see both kids shoot their own fireballs, and interestingly, one of them is blue, one of them is red.
This was insane. This was a crazy moment, and I love, like, just every time we've seen. I think the last time we saw, so this was obviously Doug's first time using the firepower. He's been training so hard. He's been wanting to do it. But the last time Haley did it, I believe, was saving Owen. Was it not? I believe it was a while ago. So it's always in kind of those kind of high stress moments. And I love seeing the blue here. That was definitely unexpected. I'm sure you kind of thought the same thing. What do you?
Oh, absolutely, blue? Absolutely. It was cool. I definitely didn't expect it. It was super cool. But what I find interesting is, and I just looked it up because I wasn't sure and I didn't want to spread misinformation, but blue fire is actually the hottest kind of fire. It's hotter than white flame. It's hotter than, regular orange or red flames.
Is it hotter than green? Do we know that?
I don't know. Because Google says it's the hottest. I don't know about green.
Okay. Because we got green, I think, like with the serpents and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually curious about that. But yeah, no, that's interesting. So yeah, is that because she's trained? Like, or because she's done this a bunch, but like, Owen's done it a bunch too. How come his?
He's never changed color.
He can't do blue. It's definitely it's curious. And
so this is actually kind of giving me like Dragon Ball vibes. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but like
I have.
Goku
I watched the first bit. Yeah.
He was always like he's the first one to do Super Saiyan, first one to do whatever, and then Gohan comes in and he's like prophesized to be like to surpass his father. Now, obviously, that didn't happen enough to get into that, but it's giving me that same kind of vibe. Like, the main character's child, kid, whatever, is growing up to be as strong as, if not stronger than their father.
Yeah, kind of like Invincible.
Even Wei Lun is
similar book.
Yeah, Invincible too. Right. Yeah. Right. But even Wei Lun is shocked. He's like, blue flame. That's remarkable.
That's awesome there. Yeah, everyone's definitely in shock. Kind of a cool moment. Not only seeing them both do it, like I feel like people aren't even shocked at Doug right now. They're just like, oh, why are these flames blue? It's not like, oh, why is Doug?
Doug is the only one excited for Doug right now.
But it's okay. It's okay. We're proud of him, and he's proud of himself too. He comes here and he's happy. I finally threw a fireball. It was huge. He said. I was kind of not. I don't know. On the first page, it kind of looks like half the size of Haley's, but no, it's
bro. No one acknowledged it either. Literally, no one acknowledged that Doug threw a fireball.
He's doing well, and actually, like, just seeing this, and I'm kind of skipping a little bit into the RC Coda here and there, dipping back and forth, but I heard Kirkman kind of talking about like he kind of pictured Doug in the way he threw the fireballs, that the ball was higher, kind of like he was lobbing it in, kind of like a pop fly, opposed to like Haley can throw it straight. Kind of his are weaker. They kind of
almost like overhand.
They kind of just like, they have a high arc. They lob up, not a lot of speed. He kind of doesn't have that strength yet in his power. So yeah, I really love that hint, and yeah, it's cool to see them both do it at the same time. That was just a crazy cool page.
Speaking of, there's Chris Samnee says, if only there was a way to make a womp womp sound whenever his fireball comes out. Sorry, Doug.
Yeah, I know, literally. So that would have been hilarious. But yeah, no, he's still excited here. So love to see it there. And yeah, we get into kind of just the more destruction. We kind of see on the next page, but a really cool moment here after they get the snake off of Owen, and he's kind of there down. He's kind of, he's a little shaken. He says he's fine. And, we get the reveal that he sees what they're capable of. And he's seen some of their more inner workings, kind of looking into the hive mind of all these serpents. So, that's kind of super, super interesting and a cool concept that kind of like it sticks with them, like the serpent's memories and stuff. Some of that carries over, so that's super cool.
So that's the first time we like get confirmation that it's like a hive mind, right? Like they're all connected, all working on Master Shaw's will, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think there was a few times like hinting it. Like there was one time I believe like Xiao Feng got hit, and like a bunch of the other like ninjas like got hurt as well or something. Like there's been a few times, but yeah, it's kind of, this is definitely a confirmation, and it's cool that like it kind of retains with Owen as well. So yeah, I'm super curious here to hear what he saw, and on the top of my head, I don't even remember at this point, so I'm excited to get into it myself. Super cool reveal, and kind of a really cool last page, but holy cow, a lot of destruction there. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, and it's funny too because Haley said earlier, I wish we could stay in the cave forever. Can't we just stay in there until the army, beats it? And we're gonna see some of that in the next upcoming issues. And spoiler alert, it's not gonna go very well.
Yeah, no, that's true. There's only so much human technology, I guess, can do against a full size dragon there. So that'll be cool to see for sure. And that's pretty much it for that issue. It was kind of an awesome issue. Now that this dragon's out there, it's just no one's safe.
Nope.
It's just chaos from now on. So I can't wait to get into these next few issues with you and Bash when he's back. And this was kind of some cool stuff in the RC Coda, I thought. What do you think about the issue as a whole? And did you see anything in the RC Coda that stood out to you?
Okay, so the issue was great, obviously. Like I said, having to wait 3 months and then getting this is amazing. We just went through the same feeling again with issue 25 that came out after a little bit of a hiatus as well. So definitely great. The series completely changes from this issue going forward. It still keeps, some of the kind of family vibes going on, but it's going in a totally different direction. Almost kind of like Invincible too, right? Around the issue, like, what was it, 20 something? That's when it became more space and like out of Earth and stuff like that. So
yeah, and like you said, like and it's similar to that. Like it's kind of out. It's not literally in space now, but it's out of kind of the temple zone, and it has now reached kind of the mainland, kind of that destruction. So yeah, that's a good point.
And one of I guess my favorite part of the RC Coda is getting the new character's name. So his name is Master Shun, and they're basically talking about how they wanted to. Well, they mentioned what you mentioned earlier, the issue 19 thing with Kirkman, how they in The Walking Dead, Invincible, Living Song, and now Firepower. But they really wanted to make him look cool and kind of convey that to the readers, and they definitely did a great job. My favorite part is Chris Samnee says, where is it? Yeah, he's kind of talking about the inspirations he got for the character. So for the eye patch, he got it from True Grit and Rooster Kogun. And then for the rest of the design, he looked at old samurai movies, Hidden Fortress, Yojimbo. So he kind of put all that stuff on a whiteboard until we got Master Shun.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Mifune, where's Mifune from? That name sounds familiar. He says Mifune was the guy he had in his head every time he was drawing Master Shun. Hold on, I gotta look this up.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I've heard of a couple of them, but I haven't seen any of those. So honestly, I have no idea. But yeah, it's always just cool to hear his inspirations about that kind of stuff for sure. And yeah, just the freedom that like he's given, like he can come up with these designs himself.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Kirkman's just like, oh, cool. Like he has no idea. Like he just kind of does these things on his own. So yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, also another thing Samnee did that was great in here was I remember right at the beginning of the issue or not at the beginning, like the intro of Master Shun, I was thinking like why would this guy try to like steal that like a fish that big like out of anything? It's just so impractical. Like get something small, slip in your pocket, like it'll be a little easier. But no, he grabs literally a 3-foot long fish, like a big ass fish. But no, they say like in here, like it's a rare like Chinese fish called a tamin or something, and it's like expensive. So he thought, oh, maybe he was stealing it so he could kind of sell it on the black market. So I just thought that's kind of a cool touch there.
I thought he just had a big family. He needed a lot of meat to feed him. That's all.
Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah, no, it's definitely not a necessary point, but I kind of love his thinking behind that too. And yeah, also just wanted to say I have not read Samnee's other book, Joanna or Jonna, Jonna,
I think,
but I really am more interested in that now, learning that he has 6 splash pages. I don't know if that's in one issue or a couple issues, but he said he has 6 splash pages in one of his issues. So Kirkman was making fun, saying, "Oh, sweet, so we can have you do some more." So that was kind of funny, but yeah, it really makes me want to check that book out for sure.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but from what I've heard about it, it's been pretty cool. Also, it's speaking of Samnee, he's doing a bunch of the main covers for World's Finest Teen Titans for DC, and I think issue 1 came out a week or two ago, and it's been pretty cool to see him, in Marvel and DC too. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I think he just released a cover, I believe, for Superman 7, number 7. I believe, and he also, I just picked up I finally had a chance to go to a comic book store again because it's been so long I've been reading digital.
The 1 year you said closed, right?
Yeah, my local one shut down, but I was finally able to go catch up on Radiant Black, Firepower,
Nice.
Got my Flash, Green Lantern stuff. But yeah, I saw Samnee's variant of Last Days of Lex Luthor, Superman,
Yeah.
and that story is fantastic, and yeah, that cover is also fantastic. That's sitting up on my wall right now. So yeah, he's just always great, and like you said, yeah, it's nice seeing them. It's nice seeing him, especially like draw different characters than we're accustomed to in this book. Even though it's always great.
Yeah.
All
right. I think. Did you want to add anything?
I think that's everything. Yeah, awesome cover for next issue. Yeah, I can't wait for that badass cover of Master Shun the Dragon. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some badass action of the dragon. And yeah, till next time, thanks for tuning in, and stay roasty.